It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 22nd of October. I'm Michael Groff. We've got a few showers and thunderstorms out there this morning across parts of the state, including here in the valley. Now, unfortunately, the rain will not amount to a whole lot, and it's not going to last very long either, because by mid to late morning, we'll start to see those showers on the decrease, at least here in the lower deserts, but the higher terrain should see showers and thunderstorms persisting through the afternoon. Now, as is often the case with systems like this, it will be out of here by later tonight, and tomorrow we'll return to drier conditions, slightly cooler weather for tomorrow, and then a warm-up is expected for this weekend into early next week. But what about that weather forecast for Halloween? We'll talk about that, plus so much more, as we dive on in and discuss. First, let's take a look at that almanac from yesterday. 90 degrees the afternoon high here in Phoenix after a morning low of 65. 87 and 63 are the averages for this time of year. Outside right now at 5:15 a.m. It's the ridiculously early hour. What kind of madman would be up at this time? Let's take a look at those current conditions. Mostly cloudy skies, some showers around. It's a warm start to the day, too. 74 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 50. Relative humidity 43%. The air is calm and the barometer is rising. Check out the current radar across the area, and believe it or not, yes, showers and some embedded thunder moving into the West Valley as I do this update. Now, it looks more impressive than it is because some of this rain is not reaching the ground, and even that which is doing so is on the light side. But at least we'll see these showers and storms persisting for the next few hours across our part of the state, and again lingering into the afternoon and evening hours elsewhere for the higher terrain. The satellite picture out here across the southwest, you can see why we do have these showers and storms around, and that's because of this little upper low we've been talking about for the last few days. It's beginning to move east, and despite the fact that it doesn't have a lot of moisture, there's enough dynamics and antecedent moisture, that's already here over the region, to give us at least a few showers and storms, and that's why we have that ongoing, but that low is weakening as it comes on through. And so we won't see a widespread, significant precipitation event like we saw earlier this month, unfortunately. Yes, we are still in a drought. We could sure use the rain, so we'll take whatever we can get, though. Watch warning map. Some dense fog over parts of the southeast. Really not a lot of high-impact events across the country. Some wind over the plain states. Not really much happening at this time, and certainly no organized severe weather expected across the nation here. Yes, some thunder here in the southwest with our system, but that's going to be about it for the day today. The tropics in the Atlantic Basin. Yeah, there's Tropical Storm Melissa. It's over the central Caribbean. And this is bad news. This is about the worst case scenario we could have for this kind of a system, particularly for Jamaica, parts of Hispaniola, Cuba. This system is not going anywhere. Look at the track on this. And, you know, people are saying we've never seen anything like it before. And I kind of reminisce back to Jose back in 2017. That was a system that just sort of meandered around, had a very unusual track. We've seen a few of these that do this from time to time. Unfortunately, this one is going to give some very heavy rain to Jamaica, Hispaniola, not just the rain, but the very strong winds. This is actually anticipated to strengthen into at least a Category 1 hurricane and center itself pretty close to the eastern tip of Jamaica by early next week. Goodness. In the East Pacific, we do have a tropical wave out here with a low chance to develop over the next 2 days, but a 70% chance of development over the next 5 to 7 days. As it makes its way to the west. We're not going to worry about that feature because that is not expected to affect us here in the southwest. It's not expected to affect anybody. This is just going to be a fish storm. Precipitation outlook. This is valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, not much, if anything. I mean, this shows nothing at all. Although I will say with our system coming through this morning, a few spots might pick up some very light amounts, with generally under 1/10 of an inch for northern and eastern Arizona where the rain does fall. And again, that's with this system coming through today and tonight, and conditions will be very quiet for a while. We'll talk about why that is right now as we take a look at the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 500 millibars. That's 18,000 feet up. Big trough Across the Great Lakes, the Northeast, certainly cool weather up there and some cool air being pulled down in the eastern half of the country. A ridge in between. Here's our upper low that's kind of moving through here. What it all means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today. Partly sunny in the morning, becoming mostly sunny this afternoon. Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms here in the lower deserts. And across the higher terrain, those will continue through the day. High temperatures in Phoenix, this shouldn't really slow us down much. I'd still say highs will be in the upper 80s to perhaps even low 90s. I guess it depends on how long these showers persist and if there's actually any rainfall to be had out of them. But overall, we still expect a pretty warm day here. Now, looking at our high-resolution guidance, this is the HRRR, the high-resolution rapid refresh, the simulated radar product. This is at 11 a.m. this morning, and it still shows these little popcorn showers and isolated thunder across central and eastern Arizona, including a few storms still here in the lower deserts. But again, by noon, 1 o'clock, most of this should be out of here. Again, in our part of the state. Now, if you're watching us up in northern and eastern Arizona, yes, you could still see some showers through the rest of the day today. But when I say that, keep in mind that they will be very widely scattered, and even where they do occur, the rain should be generally light. I suppose, if you get under a thunder shower, the rain could be locally, briefly heavy, but for the most part, precipitation is expected to be very light with this system. For tonight, we'll see clouds on the decrease, mostly clear sky takes over. Lows here in the deserts, generally in the 50s to low 60s. It will certainly be cooler. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, bit cooler, high temperatures upper 70s and low 80s in Phoenix. Let's keep it going. This is Friday. We'll start to see temperatures warming back up once again as the upper heights rebound slightly. Highs back in the mid 80s, mid to upper 80s on Saturday. And the warmest desert spots may touch 90. And it's pretty much going to be the same forecast on Sunday. A few passing clouds, high temperatures mid to upper 80s. Might see temps drop a degree or so on Monday, but then recover a degree or two on Tuesday, with highs generally staying in the 85 to 90 degree range here in Phoenix. Now, yes, some weather systems will pass by harmlessly to the north of us. The flow aloft will generally remain zonal, and so we don't see any sign of any major changes in the overall weather pattern, at least through the middle part of next week. Speaking of, let's go out to it a week from today. This is Wednesday, the 29th. Ridging here over the southwest of, westerly flow continues. The upper heights are a bit above average, so temperatures will still remain somewhere between about 84 to 89. The sky will be sunny to mostly sunny, just some occasional passing high clouds, and the air mass will remain dry. Another system coming into the Pacific Northwest, we'll watch that. This is Thursday, the 30th. And that system should depress the heights a little bit here across the southwest as it passes by harmlessly to the north. Oh, sure, there's going to be some rain and higher elevation snow in the Pacific Northwest and the Intermountain West, but nothing for us around here. Let's go out 10 days. This is Friday, the 31st. It's Halloween. And, well, the weather not very spooky around here, unless you consider dry northwesterly flow and temperatures a little bit above seasonal averages to be scary. Then I suppose, yes, be terrified. But other than that, it looks like a very quiet weather pattern, nonetheless, here over the southwest, and a nice night for trick-or-treating and stirring up trouble. So there you go. Let's see, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 5th of November. This is off the GFS ensemble, and yes, there's some members that show some extremely light rain around here for today. But other than that, very quiet and hardly anything to speak of for the next couple of weeks. European ensemble, 51 members. Less than 10 of them have any measurable rain around here. And European AI ensemble, pretty much the same story, practically nothing. So very, very quiet weather will continue. Temperatures off the national blend of models. Yeah, we'll be about 90 today, cooler tomorrow, and then warming up. And we're not done with the 90-degree temperatures, I don't believe, for the rest of the year. I'd like to say that we are, but I still think next week we might have a day or two where we're pretty close, if not touching 90. And then after that, we can start to reevaluate. But this pattern does kind of favor warmer temperatures for at least the first week of November. And then Maybe there will be a pattern flip as we go further out into next month. I certainly hope so. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you're really enjoying these videos, you want to support the channel, well, by all means, click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make a contribution to us that way. Or you can use our PayPal, groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Our Venmo is also linked up down in the description below, just like Annette Wolf used the other day to make a generous contribution to us, and we really do appreciate that. And I want to say something else, too, before we get out of here and get to the plugs and all that stuff at the end of the video here. I really want to take this opportunity to thank you guys so much for choosing this channel. There's a lot of AI slop out there. There's a lot of fear mongers in the weather biz. There's a lot of people that, want to scare you and spook you and make you think that the world is coming to an end with every weather system that comes on through. And we just don't do that here, despite the fact that we had this guy right here that talked about us clickbaiting because we even mentioned the chance of rain the other day. So I just want to show you. These were the thumbnails that we had. This is Monday. Rain chances returning? Question, right? And picture of the rain. Here's Tuesday. This is yesterday. We had a map with rain chances. Now, I will say the rain chances on this might have been a little underdone in our part of the state. But we show you. And then, this is today's thumbnail, showing again the HRRR from the time I captured this and put together the thumbnail, the 09Z HRRR run, which shows some scattered showers around here. And guess what? We have some showers coming down right now. What do you know? It's not clickbait. We try to keep it honest around here. That's probably why we're not the biggest channel on YouTube, and that's why I'm not a multimillionaire living in some penthouse someplace, and Michelle and I never do videos because we're too busy touring the world and, using $100 bills, logs of $100 bills for fire kindling. All right. That being said, by the way, speaking of Michelle, the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Blogs, videos, everything Michelle related, Kylie related, Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description below. Our streaming station, we want you to check that out too. That's linked up below. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun with that over there. So again, give that a look and a listen. And check out Dan over at the Courtroom Files YouTube channel, The Courtroom Files on YouTube. Courtroomfiles.com for all your Courtroom Files merch. No AI slop over there either. I would never promote anybody that does that stuff. So it's a great channel. I consume it. I'm even on that channel. And I will be a lot next week and the week after, filling in for Dan on the live show. So just a little plug for that. So if you want to see me doing a lot of work and making a lot of screw ups, then check that out too. All right, that's it. Once again, my sincerest thanks to you guys for all that you do in supporting this channel. Really do appreciate it. Please want you to be safe and stay cool. Stay hydrated out there. Enjoy the rain where you can find it and have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Wednesday.